Welcome back to Yang Daily. First off, a quick reminder that with the Yang Gang's over 200,000 active members, we could save over 600,000 hours per day for phone banking if they were all listeners, and every day counts. This is why I started the podcast, but I need your help spreading it. The faster the better. We've got a lot to get through today, so let's get to the news. Paget Kagi is participating in a phone banking raffle we discussed yesterday and is live streaming herself phone banking today. You can join with her, and it will be going by the time you hear this. Message either Paget or Kai on Twitter with a screenshot of your 50 calls to be entered into the raffle. In addition, Women for Yang tweeted that she will be giving away Yang merch to anyone who sends her the same screenshot of 50 calls by Monday. And Cat for Yang has promised a 5th generation iPad mini to whoever posts the most calls by February 11th, as well as a second place prize of one Nintendo Switch. Thanks to all who are organizing these giveaways and participating in them. Exposing enough people to Yang's platform is all we need to bring home the win. The Humanity Forward Fund tweeted out instructions on how you can help them set up a public access TV show for Yang in your area. They've done this in Iowa, and they're looking to do it elsewhere. They've provided a link to a Google Doc that has instructions on how you can set this up. I'm not sure if they intended for it to be blocked by password request, but it is, and I have not received the permission yet to view it in detail, so that's as much as I can say about it right now. Good news from New York today, as Tracy with the blue hat reports that we've gathered over 20,000 signatures for Yang, and all 27 delegate slates have qualified for the New York ballot. Fantastic work from New York Yang Gang. Overloaded today, so you're on your own for events and the leaderboard. As always, check your local events at yang2020.com/events. Melody Hom of Yahoo Finance, of all places, released an article today on Evelyn speaking about economic value versus human value. She quotes Evelyn saying, "My job now, raising 2 boys, is harder than anything I have ever experienced working at companies large or small. But what is my value in the market? 0. Caregivers to our aging loved ones, mentors and coaches, organizers and activists, most artists and creatives, and local journalists. We've been brainwashed by the market and brainwashed to worship the market. And if you don't have economic value, if there's no use for you in a job, then you are worthless. And we've all been conditioned to ascribe to this. What does our market currently value? Banks, pharmaceutical companies, big tech companies, big corporations. As these companies grow and grow, so does GDP and the stock market. Well, people and communities are being left behind. Andrew sees this fundamental misalignment. This gap between people and our economy is growing wider and wider to where we as a country are in crisis. Our government, our markets, and our institutions no longer serve us. They serve the almighty dollar." End quote. The article then mentions UBI and VAT as solutions and gives some career background on Evelyn and Andrew. The CNN town hall last night is the biggest news of the day. If you missed it, you can watch it on YouTube, link below. Yang made an excellent showing, ditching the fluff of the other candidates and laying down detailed understanding, facts, and solutions at many times the rate of anyone else. In fact, CNN panelists declared him the winner and praised his energy and intelligence at length. He also got some good laughs from the audience and the host. I think the only place he really fumbled was in response to someone asking about whether UBI eliminates welfare programs. Andrew said it doesn't, but he didn't go into detail on how it stacks with everything but direct cash grants, how those cash grants very rarely combine to more than $1,000 a month per adult, how UBI has none of the hurdles or insecurity of those programs, and how most families in poverty receive nothing at all from those cash grant programs. In short, the vast majority of families in poverty would be far better off with UBI. And of course, it's opt-in, so the minority who are getting higher benefits now can choose to continue with that. It would have been really great to have him hit those points because UBI hurting the poor is a common misconception that's being spread and weaponized by other campaigns, particularly Bernie's surrogates. That said, he absolutely nailed the rest of the questions, answering at length and in depth, demonstrating exceptional knowledge on all issues and with practical solutions. Other topics covered were data rights, climate change, Facebook's responsibility for fact-checking ads, mental health, impeachment and partisanship, Iowa and voting integrity, higher education and job training, the relationship between economics and social issues, the real state of the economy, electability, matchup on the debate stage, Chappelle's endorsement, local journalism, opioid decriminalization, special needs, Iran and foreign policy, campaign finance reform, the Electoral College, tweeting in office, and skimming a few of Yang's smaller policies, like eliminating the penny, regulating online poker, and protecting MMA fighters from exploitation. It was kind of funny that the burners in the audience seemed to be giving him the questions that played most to his strengths, particularly on mental health and data rights. As far as I can see, Bernie doesn't have any data policies at all, or really on tech in general, so that was an interesting choice. Maybe it's a policy deficit that they're noticing. The opioid question was also framed against Bernie saying that opioid decriminalization is too much, and I was happy to see Yang come straight out and say that Bernie is wrong on this. Where it's been done, opioid use and abuse rates have dropped substantially. It's a bit of the assertive comparison to other candidates that a lot of Yang Gang have been asking for. The whole thing was a tour de force from Yang, and that left me wondering if anyone can possibly watch it and not believe he's the best candidate. Clearly, many agreed because we've had a lot of new followers on Twitter last night and today. It's long, but I recommend listening to it, like a podcast while doing chores or whatever, and share it around as much as possible. As for press coverage and mentions, there are a lot of them. I'll quickly run through just a few. CNN, of course, tweeted a bunch of clips of Yang. Bloomberg reporter Ryan Beckwith tweeted, Andrew Yang says he's not the first presidential candidate to have autism in his family, but that he is the first to speak openly about it. Brian Karem, White House reporter, author, political analyst, and host of the podcast Just Ask the Question, noted, having run community newspapers, Andrew Yang is the first candidate I've heard speak of the need to support local journalism. Poker master Daniel Negreanu tweeted, great energy, great answers, great solutions. Tommy Campbell, comedian, actor, and author, remarked, watching and enjoying Andrew Yang, this guy is very smart, open, and honest. Lowell Sun reporter Tom Shattuck tweeted in regards to a clip of Yang's answer on funding technical apprenticeship and vocational training, this is an Andrew Yang grand slam. It's pragmatic and not polluted by special interest politics. This is the most right idea of all the ideas in the Democratic Party. Yang Gang is onto something. Jason Collings, comedian, actor, and writer for The Tonight Show, tweeted, Andrew Yang is crushing it right now, followed by, I just joined a gang, #GangGang. Welcome to the gang, Jason. Actor and producer Billy Flynn said, becoming a big fan of Andrew Yang. CNN commentator Alice Stewart remarked, Andrew Yang makes a great point about the need to rebuild local news. New York Times bestselling author Kim Goldman noted, Andrew Yang is a likable, relatable candidate, seems relaxed, confident, witty, down to earth. It's refreshing. Singer, songwriter, and actor Jan Close said, clear, honest, and straightforward answers from Andrew Yang on CNN Town Hall tonight. James Sama, speaker, author, and advisor, mused, really digging listening to Andrew Yang tonight for a lot more airtime than he usually gets. Yang is the real deal. He also said, there is big value in Andrew Yang's policy in providing treatment for addicts rather than incarcerating them. This is an enormous issue across the country and would save many lives. Help people overcome challenges, don't punish them further. #GangGang. We could go on, but I think you get the idea. I think this could be the break that we needed. We just need to leverage it by sharing it everywhere, particularly on Facebook. Once you watch it, there's no denying that he's the best one for the job. Today's daily Yang policy will be vocational schools. Yang promises to increase funding to vocational programs within public schools, direct the Department of Education to provide materials to all public schools about career paths that don't require a college degree, prioritize career paths that students express interest in rather than blanket advice that college is the right or only option, and begin a public education campaign championing vocational jobs and education with the motto, I work with my hands and it's awesome. Today's Yang Daily 10 task is to continue phone banking to New Hampshire and also to spread clips of Yang at the CNN Town Hall or direct people on the phone to the Town Hall as a great resource for deciding whether Yang interests them. Keep in mind that all you have to do when phone banking is ask a couple simple questions to collect data. Quick, simple, and easy. And if you're one of many international Yang Gang, you can still phone bank. Everyone spending a few minutes on the phone each day can win us the world that we want. Let's make it happen. And that's our Yang news for today. Send your phone banking screenshots to Paget, Kai, Women for Yang, and Cat for Yang to win your prize. Check out how you can get Yang on TV in your area. Check your local events. share the heck out of that fantastic town hall, and get on those volunteer leaderboards. As always, please share this podcast so we can save people as much time as possible for volunteering. Spend some of your saved time on volunteering, and don't forget to Yang daily.